Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Jackie Van Ham, your girl in the know for all things motorcycle with your one day late show here on Thursday afternoon. My midweek program, I should call it. Sometimes I'm on Wednesdays, sometimes I don't make it. So this week has just been absolutely crazy. The past couple weeks have been absolutely crazy. Huge thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in for every single one of my shows. I appreciate you. I have nothing but love for you. Thank you for tuning in. You guys clicking that button and watching is what allows me to do what I do out here. I've had a very rowdy week, as I just said. All sorts of wiener dog news, new van news, going to the dentist news, and more importantly, tons of really exciting news about bringing you more kick-ass live streams from some more kick-ass events. That's right, events are finally coming back, not in the way that you and I think of them maybe traditionally. No more really big rallies or anything, but tons of kick-ass racing. And if you watch this show, you know I'm a huge race fan. So I'm in talks literally like within the past 48 hours of 3 different race events that want me to come on board and live stream live from some races. So that's all super good news, but I couldn't do it without each and every one of you for tuning in and watching. So thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. As always, I can see your comments as we get going on along, so feel free to peek in and say hey, and let me know where you're tuning in from. Of course, to all of our overseas viewers, hola, konnichiwa, guten tag, bonjour, and buongiorno. Thank you for tuning in. And I do have a little bit of European motorcycle event news coming up during today's show as well. It's a little bit of an early warning. For an event at the end of the month. As always, you can click on over to my Jackie Van Ham page and go find all of my previous videos living over there. I usually do about 2 videos per week, and they cover all sorts of topics. Go feel free to give me a like and go check out those awesome videos. Now let's get down to it. This weekend here in the United States, it is a huge holiday weekend, which is Labor Day weekend here in the United States. So lots of great stuff is going on. Again, racing, and more racing is what it's going to be about, because people being allowed to gather in more traditional ways is not really allowed right now. But racing is pretty wide open. There's these huge grandstands. It's outside. So racing is still pretty much wide open. So anywho, let's get down to it. My friends over at Lucas Oil Pro Motocross are hosting another kick-ass weekend going on up in beautiful Michigan. I'm sure that is just going to be absolutely spectacular. It is hot and swamp-like down here in Kentucky, but Michigan this time of year is absolutely beautiful. This weekend, they're going to be racing up at Red Bud. This is the Red Bud Motocross round for our friends over at Pro Motocross. This goes on September 4th, which is tomorrow, and then another race on September 7th. Both of those are up in beautiful Buchanan, Michigan. That is, again, our friends over at Pro Motocross. That is going to be up at Red Bud. This is the 7th and the 4th, tomorrow and the 7th. Some kick-ass racing going on up in beautiful Michigan. Another round of racing is going on for our friends over at Grand National Hooligan Championship this weekend, tomorrow, and on the 6th, they're racing in Illinois. Tomorrow is going to be over at the short track, part of the Springfield Mile weekend. Then they're going to be racing again over at Neoga, Illinois. They're running a TT style race. TT, of course, is going to be up and down and jumps and left-hand turns and right-hand turns and all sorts of bar banging action. So this is going to be a good time. This race over at Neoga in Illinois is in the Springfield area. So why not make a whole week out of it, right? Go check out some kick-ass racing going on all weekend long in the middle of Illinois. Speaking of, this weekend is the jewel in the crown of American flat track and dirt track motorcycle racing. Tomorrow is the Springfield short track. As I just mentioned, this is going to be a pro level short track race. This is where the AFT, American Flat Track Pro Singles class run. They run tomorrow at the short track. They do not run on the mile. Just to clear that up, if you don't follow AFT, they're going to be racing tomorrow on the short track along with that hooligan race that I just mentioned. So that looks like a hell of a good time. It's going to be followed by 2 days of back-to-back mile action at the Springfield Mile. Springfield Mile obviously is in the very middle of Illinois, here in the great Midwest. Midwest is best, right? So I've got friends from all over the planet coming to this race. I've literally run into people from overseas at this race event. It is absolutely a jewel in the crown, a historic place, a historic race. I can't stress it enough. If I did not have a whole bunch of things going on my plate this weekend, I would absolutely be headed there. I've gone the past several years. It is always a hell of a good time, and it is 3 days, now 4 days with that Neoga race. It is like racing on racing on racing in the middle of Illinois. So make sure you think about putting that on your calendar, or at least one of these dates on your calendar. Again, the 4th, which is tomorrow, is short track. That is where the pro class singles racing happens. And that race has just been, it has just been incredible the past couple of years. Anybody that thinks that the pros are somehow more exciting than the pro twins are more exciting than the singles class, I got news for you, my friend. It is absolutely intense racing. This is a short track. This one's going to be a doozy, man. That goes on tomorrow. And then again, the next following 2 days, the 5th and the 6th, are the Springfield Mile. So make sure you go check that out if you are in the middle part of America. Also going on here in the middle part of America, because everything Midwest is happening right now, is going to be the Gas City Swap Meet. This is hosted by a new chapter of the AMCA, which is the Antique Motorcycle Club of America. This is a new chapter called the Speedway AMCA. These are guys and gals that are based out of the Chicagoland, Northern Illinois, Northern Indiana type area. This is a brand new chapter for them. This is a brand new event for them. But because some of the larger, more well-known AMCA swaps like Davenport and I think Wauseon both were canceled this season because of Corona, these folks are hosting this swap meet. And I've got friends from California that are already there picking through, buying all the good stuff. So if you are an antique motorcycle rider, and again, this is the AMCA, this is one of their first events they've been able to hold this entire season as far as like their big swaps that happen on the calendar. So this is going to be a hell of a good time. If you are an antique motorcycle fan, you should have this on your calendar. It is very America motorcycle heavy, but they're open to all makes and models as long as they are antique. So this is going to be a hell of a good time. I've talked to a bunch of homies that are going. A bunch of friends are already there. This is a camping event. This is going to be, there's a car race event on Friday night that they're going to host a little mini exhibition race with some antique and antique hand shifter bikes on Friday night. So this is going to be a hell of a good time. This is going to be in Indiana. This is at Gas City, Indiana. This is the Gas City Antique Motorcycle Swap Meet. This goes on today through the 5th. Also going on this weekend for my friends that are over on the West Coast, this is the Four Corners Motorcycle Rally out in beautiful Durango, Colorado. This is the 4th, which is tomorrow through the 6th, but people are already arriving. People are riding from all over America to this. I've got buddies that have put tents and camping gear on their bikes that are coming from California and the East Coast. This is a beautiful, beautiful, incredible event. They are also hosting the Hooligan Dirt Dash. So I've got a bunch of friends that race Hooligan series that are headed out there as well. I got a little bit too late to the skip to find out about this, or I would have loved to have gone out and worked this with them. But again, I've got my plate just absolutely just I'm up to my eyeballs in wiener dogs and vans and all sorts of projects this week. So I unfortunately could not go anywhere, but dog stuff and van stuff this weekend. So if you are on the West Coast though, please go to Durango, Colorado for me and go check it out, because this is a hell of a good time. This is hosted by a friend of mine named John Oakes, who throws a hell of a party. All of his California stuff just completely got canceled because of COVID. This is one of the few events he's going to be able to host this year, so I know he's going to make sure it is the best damn time you've ever had. This is in Durango, Colorado. This goes on all weekend long. This is the Four Corners Motorcycle Rally. Now, going on next weekend up in Canada, for any of my northern, my Canadian buddies that might be watching, this is a cool women's motorcycling event that's going on. This is a camping rally called Babes Ride and Rage. This goes on the 11th through the 13th up in Ontario. Motorcycles, camping, babes, fireworks, piñata, raffle prizes, private beach, wood-fired sauna, dirt bike trails, beer, inclusivity, community punk rock. Fuck yes, is what the flyer says. says, and I am on board with every single inch of that. Babes Ride and Rage goes on next weekend. There's only a handful of tickets still available because this is a camping rally. They have limited numbers. So if any of you ladies are watching up in Canada, this is it. This is your last call. Go snatch up those tickets to Babes Ride and Rage next weekend up in Canada. Also going on next weekend, High Voltage up in Milwaukee. This is a vintage and chopper motorcycle show. Again, almost every single type of event has gotten scratched off the calendar, so the handful that are still going on, you got to turn out and support these like it's your job. So this is High Voltage. This is the vintage and chopper motorcycle show going on in beautiful Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Another gorgeous place in the early fall, late summertime when it is hot and swamp-like down here. It is absolutely gorgeous up there. Again, this is next weekend, Saturday the 12th, up in Milwaukee. Go check out the High Voltage social media for more details. Again, this is a bike show. So go check it out. Bike show, food trucks, hangouts, all sorts of good stuff. That is next weekend up in Milwaukee. This is your early warning for a very cool sounding event going on over in France, in northern France. This is the Normandy Beach Race. This is going on the 25th, the 26th, and the 27th of September. This is car racing on the beach. This is bike racing on the beach. This has a very, very cool little bit of a trog, the race of gentlemen type vibe, or a little bit of like wheels and waves, European vibe going on. I thought that this looked absolutely spectacular. The photos from it last year are absolutely killer. Everybody is dressed to the nines. There is awesome old hot rods and motorcycles, tons of kick-ass stuff. Again, this is in France. This is in Normandy at the end of the month. So that's your early warning for my European viewers out there. So bonjour. How is that? A little bit of European news for you. So what else is going on over on the calendar? I think that is about it. Oh, some more cool news coming your way. My friends over at Thunder Press repopped the press release, another awesome adventure from Mr. Charlie Boorman and Ewan McGregor called The Long Way Up. You might have heard about this last year because it just about burnt down the internet because these two folks decided to navigate from the very, very bottom of the globe to the top of the globe, the long way up on electric bikes. That's right. These two folks did this ride on e-bikes. This kicks off over on Apple Plus on Friday, September 18th. So this is a little bit of your early warning. The first 3 episodes of the 11-part series will premiere globally on Apple TV Plus on Friday, September 18th. This has been burning down the internet because they did this on a pair of Harley-Davidson live wires. They shot this last year. This obviously was way pre-COVID, pre-corona, when you could still travel around freely. They did this again on a pair of e-bikes from Harley-Davidson. The bikes were the live wire, of course, the bike that Harley's been teasing out for a million years. They finally ended up in dealerships within the past year, and they're absolutely beautiful, beautiful machines, if not a little pricey. But all that being said, they also worked it together with, I don't remember what truck company it was off the top of my head, but it was a truck company that also produces an electric truck. It was not Tesla. It was, I'll get back to you on that one. But anyway, I thought it was neat because they kind of showed the capabilities of electric vehicles, traveling and touring and doing kick-ass stuff. And I thought that was pretty neat. And could we use some more kick-ass stuff to watch on the internets right now? I know, it's hard to be missing all of this motorcycle action because we're all kind of trapped at home, except for kick-ass racing and kick-ass programming and kick-ass streaming, which brings me to the end of today's show. As I mentioned at the top of the program, I've had 3 or 4 incredible conversations with several race promoters and several race producers across America talking about live streaming their race events. They'll be brought to you here over on the Choppertown or on their digital platforms of choice. So stay tuned because I'm going to have some kick-ass racing coming your way live. More awesome content here on Choppertown. I try to bring you all the good stuff. That's me, your girl in the know, Jackie Van Ham, here at All Things Motorcycle. So thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit that notifications on button. You're not going to want to miss any of this exciting news I've got coming your way. I have more phone calls and meetings, and the minute these plans get firmed up that I'm going to be at particular race events, I'm going to bring you all of that information here on my shows, which happen twice a week here on Choppertown. So thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching, As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much to my show sponsor, Vroom Retract Vac, vroomyourroom.com. You can find more information about this kick-ass Vroom Retract Vac over at h-pproducts.com. Pick up a t-shirt over at twostroketees.com to support the show. All Things Motorcycle, the podcast. I swear on a stack of Bibles, I'll get episode number 3 done here pretty soon. Choppertown Nation, I couldn't do it without you guys tuning in. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hit that share button because today I actually had some pretty kick-ass events going on, right? And I know that they've been few and far between, so I want to make sure everybody sees all of the kick-ass stuff going on in motorcycling all across the globe. So thank you for taking a second, hitting that share button the minute I wrap this show up, sharing all these shows with your pages and your friends. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Let's go back through and say hello to some of you. I know I was doing a lot of talking during today's show as usual. Tommy, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you watching. What else is going on out here? Dan Benson, hey, what's going on? Hey, it's Thursday. I know, I'm a day late. I had a dentist appointment yesterday, and then I ended up missing it, and I got super, super busy. I apologize. Let's see what else is going on. Tennessee in the house. Hey, Tommy. Yeah, all sorts of cool Tennessee stuff going on. I've got some more news for you in the next week or so make sure you hit that notifications on button and give me a follow over at my Jackie Van Ham page. Mark Randall, one of our regular viewers, thank you for tuning in. Who else is in here? Francois, hey, I think you're pretty great. Thank you for watching. Merci beaucoup. That's the extent of my French, by the way, so don't ask me to speak anymore. Who else is going on out here? Speaking of, did you catch the news about that event in Normandy? Make sure you go share that with your friends. Dennis, checking in from Illinois. Hey, all sorts of stuff going on in Illinois this weekend. I hope you're going to go check out some of this kick-ass racing. But thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Don't forget, we've got a new Choppertown TV channel over on the Roku. If you are a Roku viewer, go check out the Choppertown channel. It's living over there. And I've been pushing all of these videos over to YouTube as well. If you are a YouTube viewer, go give us a follow over on our YouTube Choppertown channel. Have a great day, everybody, and I will see you on Friday.